If you are over 70, you have probably heard plenty of well-meaning but contradictory advice about exercise. Some friends insist the wisest move is to slow down and avoid anything that might strain aging joints. Others swear you should train as hard as you did in your 30s to keep father time at bay. The truth lives in the middle. Thoughtful movement is not about chasing trophies or proving youthfulness, but about reminding every system in your body that you still intend to use it. Muscles grow stronger when asked. Bones hold their density, joints stay nourished, and confidence flourishes. Ignore those signals for too long and everyday tasks, from rising out of a chair to carrying a grocery bag, begin to feel like uphill battles. The 5 exercises in this program are not flashy, yet skipping them can cost you the freedom to hop off a curb, reach across a dinner table, or climb the bleachers at a grandchild's soccer game. Start where you are, even if that means beginning with a single repetition. Picture the first exercise, the sit to stand. Start seated near the front edge of a sturdy chair with your feet about hip-width apart, heels tucked under your knees. Tilt your torso forward slightly. Tighten your abdominal wall as though bracing for a gentle poke, and press through your heels until you stand tall. Pause long enough to feel your hips stacked over your ankles, then lower with control until your backside just kisses the seat before driving up again. Perform 10 repetitions. This simple pattern recruits the quadriceps, glutes, and core while training coordination. It also mirrors the hundreds of times a day you rise from furniture, toilets, or car seats. Once 10 feels easy, slow each lowering phase to 3 counts, or wear a backpack with a couple of books to increase the challenge. Our second exercise is the single leg balance hold. Stand beside a kitchen counter so one hand can hover above the surface for reassurance. Shift your weight onto your left foot, lift your right foot an inch, and stare at a fixed point on the wall ahead. Gently draw your belly button toward your spine to engage core stabilizers, and imagine the crown of your head rising like a string is pulling it upward. Breathe steadily. Aim for 30 seconds before switching sides. Balance relies on 3 networks: vision, the inner ear vestibular system, and proprioception in muscles and joints. Aging dulls each network, but practice resharpens them. When 30 seconds feels steady, close your eyes for 5-second intervals. Stand on a folded towel or reach one arm overhead. A fall avoided is perhaps the greatest gift you can give your future self. The third exercise is the incline push-up. Traditional floor push-ups may feel harsh on wrists or simply too heavy, but leverage lets us tailor difficulty. Place your hands shoulder-width apart on a countertop, a sturdy table, or even the wall if you are just beginning. Walk your feet back until your body forms a straight line from ears to heels. Tighten your midsection and squeeze your glutes to keep your spine neutral. Inhale as you bend your elbows to a comfortable depth, aiming to keep them at about 45 degrees from your torso. Then exhale as you press back up. Try 8 reps. When those are smooth, lower the support surface to a coffee table, then a step, and eventually the floor if it suits your goals. Strong pushing muscles help with everyday tasks like opening heavy doors or getting up from the ground. Fourth comes the standing hip hinge. Stand with feet shoulder-width apart and knees soft, not locked. Place your hands on your hips or hold a dowel against your back so it touches the back of your head, upper back, and tailbone. Hinge by sending your hips backward as though you're closing a car door with your backside, while your torso leans forward in one piece. Keep your spine long, eyes looking a few feet ahead on the floor. Stop when you feel a stretch along the hamstrings or when the dowel threatens to leave contact with your tailbone. Drive the hips forward to stand. Perform 12 controlled repetitions. The hinge pattern teaches you to lift with the powerful hip muscles rather than flexing the lower spine, protecting discs when you pick up a dropped key, a grandchild, or a heavy suitcase. The fifth exercise is the step-up. Find a platform about 8 inches high, such as the lowest stair or a sturdy aerobic step. Place your right foot entirely on the step. Press through the heel and lift your body until your left foot meets the right. Reverse by stepping down with the left foot first. Perform 8 repetitions leading with the right, then switch legs. Step-ups train unilateral leg power, challenge balance dynamically, and raise heart rate for cardiovascular benefit. They also mimic everyday scenarios: climbing bus steps, boarding a boat dock, or negotiating uneven trails on vacation. Now, let us thread these 5 movements into a routine. Begin with a warm-up of gentle marching in place for 60 seconds, shoulder circles, ankle rolls, and a few easy partial squats to lubricate joints. Then perform the exercises in circuit format. 10 sit-to-stands, 30 seconds single leg balance left, 30 seconds single leg balance right, 8 incline push-ups, 12 hip hinges, and 8 step-ups per leg. Rest for a minute, sip water, and repeat the circuit twice more. The entire session lasts about 20 minutes. Schedule it on 3 non-consecutive days each week, say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, to give muscles time to rebuild stronger between bouts. Common concerns deserve attention. What if you have osteoarthritis in the knees? Contrary to intuition, controlled strength work nourishes cartilage by improving fluid exchange inside the joint. Begin with a reduced range, perhaps half-depth sit-to-stands, and gradually increase as comfort grows. What if your blood pressure spikes during effort? Movement that stays at a conversational intensity typically lowers resting blood pressure over time. Monitor your pulse. If you can talk but not sing, you are in a safe zone. For anyone with diagnosed conditions, speak with a healthcare provider before starting a new regimen. Yet remember that for most people, appropriate exercise is medicine. Time scarcity is the most frequent obstacle. Reframe exercise as an investment that buys energy instead of spends it. Sprinkle micro-sessions through the day. Complete 3 sit-to-stands before every meal. Balance on one foot while brushing your teeth. Knock out 2 incline push-ups each time you wait for the microwave. Practice a couple of hip hinges while loading the dishwasher. Those small deposits add up to surprising totals by nightfall and keep your metabolism humming. Visualize a day a year from now. You rise from bed without grabbing the nightstand, stroll to the kitchen with steady steps, and squat to the lower shelf for a mug. At the park, you step onto a curb with ease and push the swing for your grandchild without shoulder fatigue. After supper, you carry boxes of donations to the car, confident in your back. These scenes are not fantasies reserved for athletes. They are realistic snapshots when foundational exercises become habit. Motivation can fade, so anchor actions to identity. Instead of thinking, I must exercise, declare, I am a person who maintains freedom through movement. Keep a small journal or scratch pad on the fridge. Write the date, exercises performed, and one word describing how you felt afterward. Watching the page fill becomes a powerful visual cue called the streak effect, urging you not to break the chain. Recruit a spouse or friend. Conversation between sets turns effort into social time, and mutual accountability doubles adherence. Perfectionism sabotages more routines than laziness ever will. Technique matters, yet your body is forgiving and highly adaptable. Set your phone on a shelf and film a set from the side. Compare your alignment with a reputable online tutorial. Make one mechanical adjustment at a time. If resources allow, book a single session with a qualified trainer or physical therapist. Consider it an instruction manual for your unique mechanics. Their cues will pay dividends for years. Life sometimes interrupts even the best laid plans: travel, illness, caregiving responsibilities. When disruption strikes, apply the principle of minimum effective time. One circuit beats zero. A single set of step-ups maintains leg strength during a busy week. Resuming after a break does not mean starting from scratch. Tissues remember, and capacity returns quickly. Celebrate milestones. The first time you perform 10 countertop push-ups, snap a photo. When you balance 1 minute per leg, treat yourself to new walking poles or a fresh playlist. Positive reinforcement wires the brain to anticipate pleasure from the next session, turning discipline into desire. Recovery is as important as stimulus. Muscles will feel pleasantly worked the day you train, may ache slightly the next, and should feel refreshed by the second rest day. Sharp or escalating pain signals overuse or flawed form. Adjust before pushing on. Fuel recovery with protein-rich meals, colorful produce, and plenty of water. Sleep 7 to 9 hours. Growth hormone and tissue repair crest during deep sleep stages. Beyond the physical, exercise lights up mental circuitry. Movement elevates endorphins and dopamine, rewires stress responses, and sparks neuroplasticity that sharpens memory and learning. Many participants report richer sleep and brighter mood within weeks. Emotional resilience grows alongside muscle fibers. Setbacks in other parts of life feel more manageable when your heart rate has already practiced adaptation. As you gain confidence, add gentle variety around the core 5. Slip a resistance band above the knees during hip hinges to awaken glute medius. Replace incline push-ups with wall-supported planks for isometric challenge. Try heel-to-toe walking or standing on a cushion to spice up balance practice. But never abandon the fundamentals. They map directly onto real-world tasks and guard the gate to independence. Let us finish with a short live demonstration. Stand if you safely can. Plant your heels beneath your knees and rise once. There is your sit to stand. Hold your right foot an inch off the ground for a count of 10. Balance awakened. Place palms on the edge of a countertop and perform a single push-up, upper body engaged. Hinge at the hips to bow forward and return, spine protected. Step onto the lowest stair and back down, legs powered. 5 moves, less than a minute, yet your circulatory system is already paying attention. Maintenance beats repair. Surgeries, medications, and assistive devices have their place, but prevention ranks higher on the quality of life scoreboard. Print the exercise checklist and tape it to the fridge. Lay out stretchy pants and a water bottle tonight so tomorrow's self has fewer excuses. Share your plan with one person. Spoken commitments resonate. Think of the version of you 5 years from now. Maybe you are hiking a coastal trail, maybe dancing at a wedding, maybe kneeling to plant tulip bulbs. That future is shaped by choices today. And today, you need only one choice. Start. Your chair, your countertop, your staircase are already in place, waiting. Take the first repetition now. Momentum, and I will be cheering, will carry you forward.